Stage lights cold as a winter rain. One breath, one prayer, then the world went strange. Crowd froze up when the thunder cracked. Truth on a mic and a life attacked. He talked about hope in a storming land, Bible in the heart and a promise in his hands. But a shadow reached from a coward's perch, cut down a son in the middle of church. And I swear if the tables turned the other way, y'all know there'd be fires in the streets today. But here we stand with candles and a folded flag, begging God for mercy on the road we drag. How dare they steal the breath from a faithful man? How dare they stain the grass where his boots once stand? They call us evil, point at our cross, then pull that trigger and reckon no cost. If it were theirs, there'd be sirens and flames, but we're praying for truth while we whisper his name. Charlie, we ain't letting go of your hand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening, Erie County. Here we are, Sunday at 7, our new kind of temporary home until I get my life stuff kind of situated into a better routine. And that's fine. I mean, we have this mentality, adapt and overcome. We had the Sunday shows already set up, and we just kind of played them when we could. Well, now we can, and the other one I can't. So we will make the transition over to Sundays. Dave sent me a text. He's like, Brian, my Wednesday nights are kind of boring nowadays. I said, well, I'm sorry. I mean, it's just a temporary thing. We just got to go through and the holidays, and we'll see what we can come up with after the holidays. and flip that back to get back to Wednesdays. Because man, all my advertising, all hundreds of business cards, palm cards, are out all over the internet with Wednesdays at 8. So I've been trying to keep it online that we have moved over to Sunday. Everybody seems to be doing the transition well, seems to be working well. Everybody seems to be okay. Sunday nights are, I think, a little more calmer than a Wednesday night, and that's perfectly fine. And that's what we're here for you. Speaking of asking your opinion, I'll ask now, and then we will kind of type it in the room again. Dave, Democrats are shaking. Sunday night comes around. Dave, you are awesome. Uh, yeah, Wednesday without you is oh, thank you, Gwen. I appreciate that. Yeah, everyone is showing up. We got Gwen, I got Betty, got Dave, got Lance, got Matt, Lance, Jeff. The gang's coming in here. We were talking about should we do a show Wednesday night? I'm off because we not working that night. So do we want to do a Wednesday night show? It is Christmas Eve. If you guys don't want to do one, I won't. If you want one, we'll do one. And we'll just keep it nice. We'll keep it subtle. We won't go beating up too many people on Christmas Eve. I don't think that how that's a good way to celebrate the big guy's birthday. But at 7:15, I got Tim Broderick coming in from People for Life. We've got some really scary stuff coming out of Harrisburg. And of course, I got notes here just to make sure I get it right. Our three local stooges, our three local politicians, Puppy Dog Bizarro, Mr. Perks himself, Mr. Harkins, and Windmill Mirsky all voted for these no restrictions on abortions. Now, that's some scary stuff, meaning you can have a late term, like up until the child's born. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. I think these three right now should be fired on the spot and double. I don't like dragging politicians' personal lives into this stuff, but I won't mention their names. You guys figure it out. Hi, Kim. You guys figure it out that two of these state reps have families of their own. And to be supporting this horrendous type of legislation, they should be embarrassed. And I'm not here to call them out on their religious beliefs. However, I think they are hypocrites. And we will dive into this with Tim here at about 7:15. He's going to call in. We got some stuff kind of describes this House bill. It's House Bill 1957. And if you guys want to do the research on it, look it up. But we're going to have Tim come in here and really kind of explain to us on the phone on how this is how we knew this was coming. We heard it was coming. We heard some grumble, grumble, grumble. It was coming. Well, here it is. So, the state reps, it was almost like the replay of the Army Navy game. One vote. The Democrats have control. They got it one. That's okay, April. We're just kind of warming the show up. We have our guests coming in at 7:15. Just do a roll call, kind of talking. Oh my goodness, Brian, you are here. Brian, you'll be in time. Well, I mean, with that beard and that hat you have on your profile picture, I think you're almost qualified to be Santa with that, and that's a real beard too. I saw you this summer. Like, God, that's a nice beard. You make a great Santa. I'm not saying you're Porky. I'm just saying you got a nice beard. Yes, on Wednesday, guys, just throw your opinions up here. We'll read them through there. We'll scroll through them later. No limits on abortion, late state. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got it. It's yeah. We're gonna have Tim come on here. He'll go really deep with this. He's really very well versed in it. I have just been reading up on it. I saw it on social media that it had passed, and I saw Tim's post that calling out the three Erie County stooges. And again, these are the three knuckleheads that kept us locked down during the illegal scandemic. And here they are. And and you wonder why we take this stuff so seriously about voting. And why do you think we get irritated when we only get 17 people, percent of the people to get out and vote when elections have consequences? And the Democrats are winning, playing the cards that we're just going to be passive, we're going to be nice, and we're going to We're going to take the high road, and we're not going to be mean. It's war, people. It is literally the enemy is at the gate. It's a good movie, by the way. But yeah, so Tim will come in here in a couple minutes. Nice guy, very well spoken. I support them 100%. I always do their DJ event downtown for their big walk, and we do their Relay for Life. I had the Relay for Life T-shirt on, but I'm like, no, I'm too cold. It's just a T-shirt. That's too cold. So I always DJ that for them. I always do it for free. I always had the privilege of being invited, Brendan and I, to their brunch. It's just amazing at the Bayfront Convention Center. The food is just unbelievable. And now they kind of branched it up and they do a dinner at the Ambassador. And 2 years in a row, I've had the privilege of leading the Pledge of Allegiance as a veteran. You know, I take that job very seriously. But yeah, we've got, if you pay attention in the top corner, boop, I have to personally thank all of you, men and women, boys and girls, anybody that voted. We are now 2 for 2 for the Erie Awards. We won again. If and it's not like it was a first, second, and third. It was a gold, silver, bronze. We took platinum. I asked you folks to do what you need to do. Get out and vote. And again, I'm going to use this as an example. When we get out and vote, we win. God, I think that's what the Democrats were using, but makes me want to puke to say it. But it's the truth. When we get out and vote, we win. When Donald Trump needed elected, we got out and we won. When Dan Laughlin needed to be reelected, we got out, we voted, and we won. Now Mike Kelly is at the door going, I need you guys to vote for me. His elections next year, same with Stacey Garrity. If we don't get out and vote like we are voting, like our life depends on it, which it does, we are going to get some knucklehead Democrat to run where Mike Kelly has just made some amazing progress sitting there in that chair and having a good rapport with the president. It's nice to be a congressman and go, hey, hey, Don, it's, here we are in Erie. We need some help. That's right. What you guys need? You need some sand? We'll get you some sand. So it's always good to have those political connections. We have Stacey Garrity up the bat. We got to take Josh out. Josh is just a tax and spend Democrat. Let's just buy a Learjet and let me fly all over the place. Let me just have $1 million so I can upgrade my security. And let's not forget, and I'm not picking on the state troopers because they're just assigned to these details. His detail for his private security aren't private security agents. Those are state troopers that you and I pay for. And he takes them wherever they go. He's got a little new jet that he flies around that we get to pay for. Again, but then he just thinks, they talk about, we don't have any kings. Well, we do sure have one in Pennsylvania, and his name's Joshie Shapiro. And I've said this once, I've said it twice, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. He was the attorney general under the Wolf administration that illegally locked us down, arrested nuns for having church. They were the ones that were arresting people that wanted to just go to the beach. They're the ones that locked our elderly, our senior citizens, our folks in retirement homes. And Dr. Rachel Levine, I can't even say admiral because they call her admiral. She's not an admiral. That talk about stolen valor. That is no. She was never even in the Boy Scouts, and they call her admiral, which is ridiculous. She kept our folks locked up and watched them die in these nursing homes, and she took her own family out of the nursing home and put them in private so they wouldn't die like the rest of the little people. But again, people, I cannot motivate you. I know, don't take this wrong. You guys in the room here, you guys are my Jeff. You guys here are solid, ironclad, boots on the ground, work our asses off, getting people registered. Our committee member, we've been Kim and I have been. Everybody's been pushing. I got a couple of text messages today for people wanting to join committee. We are going to change the face of the Erie County Republican Party. Obviously, Tom Eddy has resigned, as we all do our parade wave. By Cliff Smathers. I like Cliff. He's a decent guy. We disagree on some things, but we can be civil. We can have a conversation. He looks at me like, no. Okay, okay. Well, that's all right. Let's go build some signs. I've been out their house several times. His lovely wife Gracie, wonderful people, very religious folks. We did a lot of work for the Mastriano group. Him and his wife are the go-to people for signs, and we use their driveway and their tools to build frames for Doug and other candidates. So I mean, I'm okay with that. I think he'll be a good interim chairman. We need to come together and figure out who the vice chairman will be until the next election cycle. So I'm thinking this is Tim. Hi, this is Brian. You're live.
Hi, Brian. Tim Broderick here. How are you doing?
How are you doing, sir? Let me get some volume up on you a little bit here so I can hear you guys. Yeah, you're good on your side. I had the phone turned really, really down low. Well, I already kind of warmed the crowd up that you were coming in at 7:15.
Good idea.
Yeah, and we talked about PA House Bill 1957. Brenda's got some graphics on the screen right now that kind of basically lays it out on what it is. And we got a wonderful picture of you that I took at the Ambassador. So what is your take on House Bill 1957, sir?
Well, they're up to no good in Harrisburg, I can tell you that. And just before Christmas, too, right?
I put that on social media. I said, gee, look at the nice Christmas present the three stooges of Erie County have given us.
Oh, my, yeah. Yeah, there's we have a lot of problems down there, starting right here with our representatives in Erie. So, yeah, so you've already talked about the background situation, the vote and all.
Well, we talked about it. I said we lost. They won by one, but that now people are actually reading the actual very kind of like a scrunched version of the bill, because those bills are pages long. But we just Brenda did a real quick synopsis so people have something to read about. So what's our next game plan? What can we do to change this?
Okay, well, first of all, we certainly have a lot of work to do, and we have a long ways to go. This is a constitutional amendment. They released 7 bills from the Judiciary Committee, all seriously dangerous pro-abortion bills. And I wonder if that was sort of a swarm tactic, just to kind of camouflage this main attack here, because this constitutional amendment would be the most dangerous and far-reaching of all the legislation. The bill will now go for consideration in the Senate, and there's a good chance that we can stop it with the small Republican majority that we do have there. It's I don't know, what is it offhand? Do you know?
It's close, but we still hold the majority if they go party lines. Now, I guess my question for you is, who do we need to talk to that locally in the Senate to really say, hey, we don't support this and we really appreciate you not supporting this? Who do we need to talk to?
Well, we really need to talk with Dan Laughlin. Okay. We need his support, and it could come down to a single vote, and that just might be Dan Laughlin's vote. So it's kind of like all eyes on Dan Laughlin at this point. But he's easy to talk to, and you'll probably appreciate hearing from all of your listeners. That needs to be done. But right now, with the Republicans in control of the Senate, the committee chairs are Republicans, and the Senate president, which is Judy Ward, I believe. Well, at any rate, the Senate president will send the constitutional amendment legislation to a committee, and I'd like to see it go to Michelle Brooks' Judiciary Committee. She's the chair. and she's right down here in Crawford County in part south, and she is a pro-life leader in the Senate. The alternative would be to send it to the Judiciary Committee, and we have a pro-abortion chair in that committee, unfortunately.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't sound good. But yeah, I mean, thank you for tell us. We need to talk to Dan Laughlin again. He's very approachable. You can do a quick Google, get his information, shoot him an email. He's got some great people here locally. He is very approachable. He's always at an event. Bend his ear for a quick minute, and I think that'll be the way to go because he likes to hear. If we don't hear from our constituents, we don't know what you guys are thinking. We have to kind of like second guess it, and
certainly.
let's not do that. So let's just everybody on the show talk to 5 people to get them to reach out to Dan or his office, send him an email, and say we do not support PA House Bill 1957. Is that a good plan to start?
That's very good. And Brian, I probably misspoke, but the Senate pro tempore is Senator Kim Ward, and it wouldn't hurt to drop her a note too, an email or phone call, and encourage her to turn it over to Michelle Brooks in the House Health Committee, Senate Health Committee.
Yeah,
and now we if this thing starts gaining traction, we have to really look out for the disinformation and lies, if I can say,
absolutely,
that are going to be part of the effort to get this thing through. I mean, it will be, up to our ears in lies, in pro-abortion lies. And if I mention real quickly, one of the first things we hear is, "Oh, there's no such thing as third trimester abortion," and there certainly is. And all one really has to do is do a quick look on Google and find out there's one place in Colorado that is known to have done abortions up to 38 and 39 weeks, which is full term.
Yeah.
But even at 5 months, at the end of the 5th month, which works out to 22 weeks, there's 80% survival. Oh, and I suppose you probably have to get going here, Brian.
No, you're good to go. I mean, you are my prime talking point when we opened up the show. So don't feel like you're pressured to go. If you got something to say it. This is the floor is yours.
Thanks, thank you. I've got a copy of the bill, House Bill 1957, here in front of me, and it was amended on Tuesday. The vote that passed the legislation was on Wednesday, but they put in an amendment as no doubt a smokescreen, and perhaps to help the 2 Republicans that voted for this bill. They're both from Bucks County.
Really?
And and there were 2 Democrats that voted against it, unfortunately.
Wow.
And if the Republicans had held the line, it would not have passed. But there's some suspicion that this amendment was added to get those 2 Republicans on board, or at least to give them some cover. And here's where it starts getting, where they try to start making it blurry and fuzzy. But first of all, everybody should be aware. The language says every individual has a fundamental right to exercise personal reproductive liberty and effectuate decisions regarding the individual's own reproduction, all without discrimination on the basis of various characteristics, including age. So parents, pay attention to that. Right now, we have a modest parental consent or parental notification requirement in Pennsylvania. That would be gone, as well as things like the 24-hour waiting period and requirements that the woman considering abortion be at least brought up to speed on what exactly that means. And so that is part of it. The amendment tries to put a fig leaf on the abortions in the 3rd trimester. Make no mistake, the amendment would allow abortion for any reason during all 9 months of pregnancy. But there's some weasel language here. It says after fetal viability.
Yeah.
let's see, the Commonwealth may regulate the provision of abortion, quote unquote, care, except that in no circumstance shall the Commonwealth prohibit an abortion in the professional judgment of what, the abortionist, an unbiased doctor. Not even that. In the judgment of an attending healthcare professional. You can go back to Google and look up the definition of a healthcare professional. Could be a doctor, a nurse, a physical therapist, and depends how far you want to go. Counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists. And if in the judgment of this ambiguous healthcare professional, the abortion is medically indicated to protect the life or physical or mental health of the pregnant, not woman, individual, they say.
Right, of course.
But so in the judgment of somebody, if the abortion will enhance the health or mental attitude of the person, you're good to go all the way through the third trimester.
Wow. And
They do a great job of muddying the waters about fetal viability. Right now, at the end of the 5th month, 80% of babies born do survive and live full and happy lives. But they're saying this, they're leaving that up to the judgment of the healthcare professional,
right.
based on particular circumstances, and and probably it will be the abortionist will decide whether there's a significant likelihood of the fetus's sustained survival outside the uterus without application of extraordinary medical measures. That they very often, when we try to pass a pro-life common sense legislation, they'll say, "Oh, that is too vague. We don't know what that means." Well, we certainly don't. Don't know what this means. So they're right now in Pennsylvania, viability is 24 weeks. This could mean anything up to 28, 30 weeks, or what have you, depending on the opinion or the word of the abortion provider. And another thing we're going to hear is, Brian, well, I guess I already mentioned, the idea that there's no such thing as late term, third trimester abortions. I did just a quick search here, and okay, there in Washington D.C., there's one that advertises to 26 weeks, but then it says if you're over 26 weeks, come in and we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Partners in Abortion Care in College Park, Maryland advertises third trimester abortions. There's one in Mexico that advertises the 34 weeks. There's similar things in New Jersey, and the most outrageous, most chilling example of late-term abortion is the place in Colorado that was run by a Dr. Warren Hearn. He is no longer running the abortion facility, but his staff was supposed to be opening up a new one right about now. In that case, 32-week abortions were routine. He didn't monkey around with first trimester abortions. And it's said that at least 2/3 of these cases were healthy babies. And that's another important thing to remember. We're not talking about desperately ill or improperly developed babies. And there are published reports of Dr. Hearn doing abortions at 38 and 39 weeks. Of the 2/3 of the babies that were healthy, one in case of that the 1/3 that there was a problem with baby, the most common problem was Down syndrome. We probably all know somebody that has Down syndrome, and it's a very mild, can be a very mild form of congenital handicap, so yeah.
And I get it, and that's why I saw your news release. I actually have a copy of your news release on the screen as we're speaking, and it has all your information on how to get a hold of you, and it really calls out Harkins, Mirsky, and Bizarro. Make sure that we can flood their their emails, phone calls, and tell them how disgusted how we are with what they have just done.
Mhm.
I just it just blows my mind because even from a law enforcement perspective, if someone's driving down the road and they're drunk and they cross the double yellow line and they unfortunately unalive a mother and a child, a pregnant woman, they're charged with 2 counts of homicide, which I don't understand. I'm not a lawyer or a guy that I don't know isn't a deep philosopher. That makes no sense how you could be charged for killing 2 people in a motor vehicle, but this is going to go to late term abortions. And then everybody's like, oh, but it's our right, and you men can't tell us what to do. Well, no, actually, we can. Let's figure out how to get this mitigated. And like I said, we have the power, and that power is voting. And these knuckleheads, I'm sorry, these elected officials do have election cycles every 2 years. And
Oh,
we let them off the hook after the scandemic. We should have put their feet to the fire. All 3 of them should have been fired for what they did to us. But nope, we just let it go. And I don't know what to do to wake the people up. Hopefully, people like you and your organization and us, we the people, can motivate people to make a change because these 3 can go. I mean, they get. It's not like you got a 6-year or 4-year term. These guys come up every 2 years, and I am hugely disappointed in Bob Mirsky. Huge. I like the guy. He does some good stuff, but to me, after everything that he's done, absolutely has 0 credit in my book right now. So, any closing words? Like I said, I have all your contact information on the screen right now, so everybody that's watching can give you a call. Please do call, email. I know you're very receptive. So, what would be your closing argument? What should we do here?
well, first of all, we can't forget this vote, this piece of legislation and what they're
Right.
trying to do. There's could be no more radical pro-abortion vote than voting for this amendment. So anybody that voted for this amendment, if they say they're pro-life, laugh them to scorn, because that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing too. This in order to enact the constitutional amendment, it doesn't go through the governor, but it has to go through a second set of votes in the legislature in the following consecutive session. So who we vote for this time around is absolutely crucial because they will be voting if this gains traction again, and if it gets through the Senate, they will be voting on the second round, in the following year or so. So, Brian, one other thing I know people are going to bring up, people on the other side, is, well, what about to save the life of the mother in the third trimester? Third trimester abortions are long, drawn-out procedures. Live birth is much safer and faster. And that's something else. This is what's so egregious about these later-term abortions. The doctor and those involved are making a decision between a baby born alive and healthy and a baby killed before being removed. There's no way the baby has to be killed in order to end the pregnancy at that point. So you know what we call when we deliberately kill somebody, right?
I totally get it. That's why I can't wrap my head around this, being an ex-cop, going how people used to be charged for, vehicular homicide ×2 to I can't believe we're actually having this conversation.
Well, I remember when they passed the law that you're talking about being charged for 2 murders or homicides, and of course the pro-abortion side was mad as can be that law was put into effect. They didn't
Sure.
want that recognition that there's another human being involved.
I totally get that. So, but yeah, Tim, I appreciate your time. Again, we are going to be behind you. We're pushing for you. We're help. We're going to do whatever we can. You always have an invitation. Something comes up, breaking news you want to talk about. Shoot me a text. I'll get you on. Like I said, we had all your contact information on the screen. Now we have a great picture of you staying there at the Ambassador. And
Yeah, thanks for that.
yeah, no problem. It's a great picture, by the way. You're standing with the flag, you're applauding, you got a nice look on your face. Well, I took the picture, and it has a copy of PA House Bill 1957. So get a hold of, get a hold of Tim. Do you want to get more involved? We always looking for people to help.
Thanks, Brian. You're a great friend, and to everybody that is out there listening, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
same
to
to
you,
you.
sir. All right, I'll talk
Yes,
to you
sir.
guys. Well, there you go, Mr. Tim Block. Whoa. Wow, I thought we were having like a flashback. We need to go back to our main screen. Boop. There we go. Yeah, again, Tim Broderick, nice guy, very dedicated, does spends all his time waking hours, trying to help others. His information's there. His information is on my Facebook page. Please get involved. Start calling these three knuckleheads out on the carpet. Let's act like Democrats and like Maxine Mudd. You see them at the grocery store, you call them out. Call them out. Jake Banta, State Representative Jake Banta was on the thread talking about it and how, of course, he voted against it, which I wouldn't doubt. But we have to make a difference, folks. And our elections have consequences. And this is what these consequences are going to happen. And like Tim told us, we can change this real quick. Hi, Kim, you're live.
Well, hello, Brian. I'm so glad you had Tim Broderick on there because he does so much work, and I don't think he gets enough recognition.
A lot of people don't even know who he is. He's just a nice mannered man that actually cares and puts all waking hours into this. They have an office here in Erie. You can reach out to him and get involved.
Yes, yes. And everybody, he's everywhere. Every time you go to a rally or to a fair or somewhere, he's always there. And another thing I want to point out is this is something that Mike Kelly works with him on as well. When we have the pro-life march and our friend Mayor Longo comes all the way down from Slippery Rock because he wants to support this cause as well.
Oh yeah. We did the one at Perry Square. The mayor came up and in the soaking rain, he came up there and walked with the folks. And Mike Kelly always supports the folks when they go to DC. He always opens up the place, and my casa, you casa, and a very, very big supporter of these folks. You know how those Irish people are.
Yes, yes. Which reminds me, you cannot be a practicing Catholic if you're a Democrat.
Nope.
Because the Democrats are all over this. They want to push this. Well, then you cannot be a Catholic. And actually, you can't be a Christian because it says right in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. But yet they want to go out and they want to kill these unborn children.
Totally agree. That's why, I saw when Tim posted that, I'm like, I sent him a text. Hey, you want to come on the show? He's like, oh my God, I'd love to come on the show. And because he just hates to put anybody out or inconvenience anybody. Like, no, we have to make noise. And this is the format to make the noise. You have as much time as you want. You want to talk for 3 minutes or 30 minutes, Tim? Whatever. I don't really limit the guest time because their time is valuable. And we want the message to be loud and clear. So what's new in Kim's world?
Well, hey guys, you know what? We are doing really, really well on our recruiting for committee people, but I've not reached my Christmas wish yet of 100. So this is another example on why we need to get people in the community involved. We want to reach out to the whole Erie County. So if you would like to be a committee person, please, please, please reach out to myself, reach out to Brian, reach out to Tim Kuzma or Melanie Brewer. You can just send us an instant message saying, hey, my name's so-and-so. Give us your name, your address, and your phone number. We will be having a giant get-together the end of January, beginning of February, to show you how easy it is to get on committee.
As a matter of fact,
and this is another example. You'll like this too. I put it out there. Please join Turning Point's chase the ballot, because we're going to have to chase these ballots. I've already heard from Turning Point, and they will help us with this. So between Caleb and Early Vote Action and Turning Point and our new restructured GOP, I really think we can make a big dent in the Democratic playbook this year.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, I got one more for your list for committee. I got a text from Joe, a local guy out here. He was talking to a guy, you know, Joe. He's like the great
Yes.
salesman of the world. He's like, Brian, here's the guy's information. Add him to your list. So now I think what you need, 24.
I need about 24, 25 more to reach my goal of 100.
Yeah, I mean that we have, I don't know, quadrupled the size of the committee just by talking to people, because people are really tired. They want to change. They see a change on the horizon, and I think we are at a turning point. Which, man, it was fun to watch the highlights of Turning Point USA shows.
Oh,
We got some
yes.
videos from that. Trust me.
Oh yeah, J.D. Vance was on there.
Yeah.
I love Jesse Waters on there. Greg Gutfield. So, you know, and anybody who missed any of those, you can watch them on YouTube.
Yep.
It was just very, very inspirational. And seeing these young kids that are running for Congress.
Hey, we're getting too old for this crap. These young folks got to take the reins and go. We will be there to help them, mentor them, do what we can from our scooters from the scooter store. But
Yes.
you know, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that.
Yes.
So
The
anything
only one I'm kind of sad about is Michael Watley, our great national RNC chairman. He's going to give it up so he can run for Senate, you know, in
Saw
North
that.
Carolina, but he'll make a great senator.
gonna make great. Hey, he's got a, you know, you put up or shut up. You know, he's
Yeah.
got the name recognition. He's made the contacts. It's gonna be a good win, and that's what we need. We need people that aren't afraid. But yeah,
Right.
anything
then-
really else quick? Because I'm running a little bit
Nope,
behind
I'm
tonight.
going to let everybody
Okay.
go. I wish everybody a great Christmas, and I say yes to next Wednesday.
All right, we'll run this poll a little bit longer, but I think
Yep.
we'll do a Wednesday night show. We'll talk about
Right.
Christmas cookies and
And
stuff.
congratulations on becoming the platinum winner. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. So that we got a Kim Hunter and her report from the city of Erie. You know, and again, this is why we do the show, and you know, that's why we've done something that I don't think any other local podcaster's done. Been able to take two prestigious awards from the big dogs, iHeartRadios and the other whatever they are, 102.3 and the Wolf, and you know, 105.9 and WXTL. We took them out. So yeah, as you can see, I got platinum, gold went to 105.9, and then we'll show the other ones later on. You got a video for us, Brenda? One of Brenda's little quick videos, like we said, you know, 105.9 took gold, Classy 100 took silver, WXTL took third, which the golden and bronze are both Joe Natale. So we were able to really beat out the big dogs. And you know what? And I am humbled. And it's all because of you, not me. I can only vote once. So we had to have an amazing turnout for this. And all I did was ask you guys to do that. Because I know a lot of people come on the show, they watch the show, the haters watch the show, and just to let, you know, I don't even think they realize the haters do this. When they watch the show, you're making me money, because I make money for the amount of people watch the show. So hey, haters, thanks for paying me. I appreciate it. God, you gotta love capitalism at its finest. But yeah, so Brenda, what else you got?
Deal of almost mythical scale has just closed in the heart of the American West. Devegra Ltd., a Cyprus-based company owned by Volodymyr Zelensky, has purchased the Pathfinder Ranches in Wyoming, a property so vast, it's bigger than the entire state of Rhode Island and over 4 times the size of New York City. At more than 916,000 acres, Pathfinder Ranches stretches across 4 Wyoming counties: Natrona, Carbon, Sweetwater, and Fremont. To put that in perspective, the fictional Dutton family's ranch in the hit TV series Yellowstone is said to span about 700,000 acres. Pathfinder Ranches is 20% larger. The seller, Salmons Enterprises, was represented by Swan Land Company based in Bozeman, Montana, with brokers Scott Williams and Michael Swan leading the transaction. The buyer, Devegra Limited, a company owned by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, was represented by Hall & Hall, one of the nation's premier ranch brokerages. The deal was finalized on October 24th, just a week after Zelensky's visit to the White House. The first public confirmation of the sale came when Swan Land Company announced the closing on their official website. While the final purchase price was not disclosed, the ranch had been listed at $79.5 million. With this purchase, Zelensky now ranks 9th among America's largest private landowners. Michael Swan of Swan Land Company called the sale a legacy moment for Wyoming ranching.
And all you people that donated money to the Ukraine, you people gave this shyster the money to buy up half of the state. How dumb can you really be? We've been telling you this guy's a shyster. He is an actor. He is a cross-dressing dancer. He is not a president. He's not a war guy. He is an actor, kind of like Ronald Reagan. But at least Ronald Reagan did some good stuff. Zelensky flamboozled all you people. So maybe the deal was cut that, Zelensky would buy this all up. He would just move you all out there, and you could have your own little commune out there of Zelensky wannabes. I saw this story, and I just went, you got to be kidding me. This guy that's been scamming the entire world for money bought here. He didn't buy over there or over here or in that shitty little country or that garbage-ridden country over here. He bought it here in the United States. He bought it here because he knows those other countries are going to fail. They're going to fail. Communism fails, socialists fail, and here he buys up a huge piece of property. You people that gave him money are so stupid. You can't fix stupid, but you can sure buy up a lot of property out in Montana. Unbelievable. I can't make this stuff up, people. I mean, it's out there. It doesn't get the big news because it's not puppy dogs or, Ryan Bizzarro writing legislation for a puppy dog or, Harkins, scamming the taxpayers out of money, taking all his perks and saying he went to work when he wasn't even anywhere near it. And of course, we got Windmill Mirsky pushing for windmills out in the lake. Unbelievable. But you people get it. You people are good. You're educated. You're smart. You research. You listen. Don't listen to me. Listen to other people. Just kind of put the facts together and come up with your own opinions. But man, Zelensky scammed us all, man. Not me. I didn't give money other than the tax dollars that Joe Biden, and I bet you $5 he's got his fingers into that mess somehow. Yeah. What the hell is it? Why, Dave? Why would I buy property in Africa? It's a war zone. Why would I buy it in Vietnam? It's a war zone. All these countries have been war zones forever. The one most stable country in the world is us. Canada's they're an economic disaster. You can buy Mexico. You could probably buy half of Mexico for that. But then you're fighting with the drug cartels. Go down to South America. Same problem. Hey, you could probably make a real good deal with Venezuela right now. I hear they're looking for tankers. Third tanker, number 3, they're going after. So yeah, why wouldn't he buy it here? It's the smartest investment. He's not stupid. He played us all like a Stradivarius. But here we are, people with their Ukrainian flags and writing checks. Yeah, woo! Yeah, he wrote a check, all right. $80 million. Lord, Brenda, play another video.
Why? They let you wear that shirt here? Yes. Why? Why are you taking my picture?
Why are you wearing that shirt? You're working.
It's not
It's
a
a
Target
red
shirt.
shirt. I can wear any red shirt.
It's not a plain shirt.
It doesn't have to be a.
It's a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Yes. Oh, yes, I know.
Are you fucking stupid?
No.
Why the fuck would you wear that? You're at work at Target.
There she is. I know this is a long read. You can come by, you can watch it a little bit later. But just to give you a quick, what happened is this nice little old lady was watching. She was working at Target. She had her shirt on, and this nurse, this Karen whack job Democrat nurse, had the audacity to go try to pick a fight with this little old lady. And that's funny. Why don't you pick on someone your own age? Why don't you pick on someone your own age? You know, it's tough to pick on little old people. You know, but man, did she get hers? I don't know if you guys watched any of the Turning Point. Yeah. We'll start that back up. It's a little bit long, but there you go.
I want to thank you all for your applause, for your donations, and I want to thank them for bringing me here.
I'll say this. I'll just say this. That when your GiveSend went up and all of this happened, I reached out to Erica Kirk. I let her know about this, and Erica said, Jack, I want her at AmFest.
Could I ask you a question? Really quickly. Could I have the mic? Jeannie, what did Charlie Kirk's life mean to you?
It meant that I can stand for freedom. I did in a way. I stand for my rights, and that's why I watched him and everything, because I love the way he stood up and stood for God, and I love the way he talked to the students, and you know, where you can think for yourself. You can, but God's the one that has to go with you. You know, so that's. I just, like everybody else, she just loved him.
And the backstory was this little old lady had lost her husband. She just went to work at Target because she wanted something to do. She loved people. She loved to be out and helping people. She was just minding her own business. And this wretched female nurse, liberal Democrat, had to emotionally terrorize this poor woman. And you know what the woman didn't do? She didn't feed. Freedom. And that's why we always say, we are Charlie Kirk, because that's exactly how Charlie would have handled that. And of course, the outpouring of the people across this great country, the last time I saw, she was well over $300,000 in a GoFundMe. The lady didn't even go to work because she had to. She liked to go to work because she wanted to be around people. But this is the party of tolerance. And boy, do we have a follow-up video for that from Miss Jasmine talking about violence. And she's such a disgusting hypocrite. It just blows my mind. Brenda, video, please.
Challenge somebody to go and find a clip of a Democrat invoking violence.
Let's extinguish him for good. I will go and take Trump out tonight.
We're going to fight it in the courts, and we're going to fight it in the streets.
When they go low, we're going to bury them below the Capitol. That's what we're going to do.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
We're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire. We're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
By taking behind the gym and beat the hell out of them.
Now punch back, kick back, dunk over their heads, and win some fucking power.
Fight back, punch back, and make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching.
We are at war. And that's why the gloves are off, and I say, bring it on.
We are not only gonna punch you back, but we are gonna knock you out.
Like we're in a war right now to save this country, and so you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
Well, I am here to tell you, not only are we gonna punch back, but we about to beat you down.
And goddamn it, shut down the city! We are at war!
When they go low, we kick.
Even in states where Donald Trump won big, that it does you any good running away from Donald Trump. I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
Let's make sure we show up wherever we have to show up. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
The party of hypocrites. Show me an example. And how many examples was she in? and of course, you know, the folks of Texas basically fired her, and she's too dumb to even get the fact she was fired. She's running for Senate. I think she's running against Ted Cruz. She's going to get a good old Southern, you know, backside, you know, beat down with her fake Southern crap. These people are just make me sick of how much of hypocrites they really, really, really are. You know, oh, we're the party of nonviolence and love, and you know, let's make love, not war. But then that's all that come out of their mouth is violence. And everything that every one of these shooters, they have a tendency to be them. Boop, on that side of the that side of the aisle. You know, they're nothing but hate. You're absolutely right, Kev. But then they point their fingers at us with all their little nasty trigger words. You brown shirts. You racist. You Nazis. You garbage. You deplorables. Whatever, man. That's what it makes you sleep well at night, lying to yourself. And it's just like the Epstein bullshit. You know, we want those files. We want those files. Well, look at all the photos come out. Bill Clinton, you know, Clinton. Yeah, but no. You asked for them, you got them, Toyota. But yeah, what do you got for a video next, Brenda?
Breaking news in the trial of Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan.
Guilty on one count and guilty on the other. The not guilty is for count one, which was the misdemeanor of concealing a person to prevent their arrest. The guilty verdict from this jury was on the felony count of obstructing. These two charges came after this incident back in April where Dugan was accused of helping Eduardo Flores Ruiz, an undocumented immigrant, avoid ICE officials at the courthouse in April.
Judge Hannah Dugan outside her courtroom April 18th wearing her black robes, appearing to confront several federal agents there to arrest Eduardo Flores Ruiz, a Milwaukee man and Mexican national charged locally with 3 counts of domestic battery. This video, released by Milwaukee County through an open records request, is part of the evidence in the case against Judge Dugan, who's charged with obstructing a federal investigation, concealing Flores Ruiz, allowing him to leave her courtroom by a different door after sending the agents to speak to the chief judge. Flores Ruiz, dressed in black with his attorney, is seen in several of the videos leaving by that other door. One prosecutors say was used by jurors and not open to the public. As he leaves, though, he is seen in the hallway, followed by another agent. As Flores Ruiz gets into the elevator to leave, the agent slips in as well. According to the criminal complaint against Dugan, that agent followed them down. The agent seen here following out of the building downstairs, and once backup arrived, they tried to arrest Flores Ruiz, who, another video shows, ran north in front of the courthouse for nearly a block before agents caught up with him and arrested him. Federal agents arrested Dugan herself a week later.
Woo! Righty then. Well, let's see. Now, isn't it funny? It's not funny. It's funny, ha ha. Of course, she got they threw the misdemeanor out. They stuck her with the felony, which was good, which was really, really good. Now, Here's the everybody put your shock face on. Everybody do it. Come on. Put your shock face on. She and her statement stated the only reason why she was found guilty is because she's a member of the LGBTQ person and is gay. Didn't even know who she was. Didn't even really care. She's a judge. You got caught. Remember the old saying? I know I've said it once, I said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 times again before we end this show. Remember they said nobody is above the law. We're not above the law, but it appears they tried to be above the law. So this is going to, I hope this sends a clear message to these knuckleheads and our local Democrat politicians. You think we're kidding by when we say enough's enough? We're not kidding. Bob Mursky, we talked about this before, about that we knew this was coming. We talked about it on the show a couple months ago, that I knew this legislation was working its way through the House. And, I made a promise. I will do everything in my power to make sure he doesn't get reelected. He is not my representative, and he does not represent the people of this district. He might represent the whack jobs in the city of Erie, but not out here. Only reason why he's out here is because they gerrymandered the lines and put him in Harbor Creek. He does not represent the people of Harbor Creek. I give you to my word, it's my mission to make sure he doesn't get reelected. I don't care. If I have to rack up a credit card, I'll do it. Whoever runs as a Republican, we will go out and knock doors every day of my life to take Bob Mursky out of my district. And you guys need to do the same in yours, because this is the bullshit that they're going to made me say it, that this is the crap that they're pushing through. They have no business representing us, because that's not who we are. We might be a little bit, people want to go, well, he's really left and he's really right. No, actually, we're human beings first. But what else you got, Brenda?
Today, I'm taking one more step to protect Americans from the scourge of deadly fentanyl flooding into our country. With this historic executive order I will sign today, we're formally classifying fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction, which is what it is. No bomb does what this is doing. 200 to 300,000 people die every year that we know of. So we're formally classifying fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Outstanding. And speaking of outstanding news coming out of the White House, I've had several family members that their children are in the armed services saying that they got their check for 1776. So if you think he's full of baloney, it's getting in there. People like, oh, what was it? Whoopi Goldberg. She was on that cackle show. All Trump is trying to do is buy the votes of the military. Listen, you Democrats locked this country down during a scandemic, and then you turn right around and you lock this country down on with not having a budget. Our men and women had to go to work every day, and not get paid. Just imagine some young private, E2, E3, that all of a sudden doesn't have a paycheck. I bet you he had to grab a credit card, maybe had to take out a loan, borrow some money from mom and dad. So that 1776 is probably just money that they have to actually pay back, because the government and the Democrats were playing their, I almost said that word again, games with our armed forces. Like I said, look at everybody coming in the room. Kim's son got his check. Matt got his check, 1776, which is an amazing number. Oh, they just hate the fact that we're winning. And of course, I saw a lot of the haters online. They can't even say this is a good thing. Help our soldiers out. They're getting a good pay raise. Trump promised a pay raise. It's going to be retro. It's going to come kick here in January. And so it's just an issue of helping these men and women out. And, we just lost 2 soldiers over in Syria. soldiers that were shot. We lost one of them in D.C. The Air Force Staff Sergeant. He appears to be doing better. So, just keep praying for this young man because he needs all the help he can get. So, what do we got here? Is this the Minnesota police chief? This guy gives Brian's a bad name. I hate to say this. I mean, I do. Being an ex-cop, I hate to say this. This guy is an absolute embarrassment to the badge. Brenda.
My name is Brian O'Hara, and I am the Minneapolis police chief. This has been a very, very difficult time. The fear that people are experiencing is real. Having been raised a Catholic, to be in a Christian church this morning as we are approaching Christmas, and I cannot help but think of what is happening in our city today and how that echoes with how outsiders have been treated for thousands of years. How Mary and Joseph themselves were considered outsiders and forced to stay in a barn. That's what we're getting ready to commemorate as Christians around the world, while all of this fear is happening right here in our town.
He doesn't mention what the people whom he's talking about are afraid of. David Harris Jr. wrote this. He said the Minneapolis police chief Brian O'Hara joined Mayor Jacob Fry and religious leaders to reaffirm that they will not comply with Trump's immigration policies. Have you noticed the word illegal was not mentioned? Could it be that the fear that some of the people are experiencing is fear from being here illegally? If they jump line, if they went to the front of the line, to go through the process, then perhaps they should be afraid.
Unbelievable. This guy took an oath to support and defend the Constitution. He's not a king. He doesn't get to decide what laws he's going to enforce and what laws he's not going to enforce. And the last time I remember, let's see, the federal government supersedes this police chief, which, man, it makes me sad to have to say this. This guy has plumb lost his mind. I don't know if he's got, he's a big guy on steroids. The other day he was on the news. He had his black leather jacket on. I'm like, ew, this guy's pretty scary. But this guy gives Brian's a bad name, and he's an O'Hara. So, man, Irish or Scottish. So, damn, that's a double whack. So, looks like we're winding down the list. I see the videos coming up here. Now, we have played. We're trying to do some funnies too. We're trying to lighten it up, be some funnies, take it serious, lighten it up. These guys are actually firemen, and they started a company and they sell fire products, and they do these absolutely hilarious videos. Now, we played it one before. It's very similar, same guy, same fireman doing the same song, but an updated version of why not to call 911. Now you got to pay attention. There's some reading parts, so put your glasses on, Lance, if you have to, and make sure you can read this. So go ahead, Brenda.
These are not reasons for 911. You locked your keys inside, not 911. You simply need a ride, not 911. You see a sleeping guy, not 911. 911. 911. For emergencies, call 911. And we'll come.
Please don't be dumb. 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 Please don't be dumb.
These are more reasons for 911. Anaphylaxis, guys, call 911. A part of you is gone, call 911. jaws of life, call 911. 911. 911. For emergencies, call 911. And we'll come.
Please don't be dumb. Please don't be dumb. Please don't be. Please don't be. Please don't be dumb. Please don't be dumb. Please don't be dumb. Please don't be. Please don't be. Please don't be.
Caller would like fire department to come out and check a beehive?
Alarm show engine 5 on scene. We're investigating. Where did Mark go? I didn't even know that was an option. Can I help you?
Yeah, hey, how you doing? Hey, I found this box of fireworks in my son's room. You guys will dispose of them, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You did the right thing. 10 minutes later.
It is time.
Do you want a little Narcan? Looks like you overdosed. I can give it to you IV or IM or even in your nose. You used to be breathing and now you're not. And I think that I know why. Do you want a little Narcan?
How about a puke?
Okay, bye.
Like I said, we're trying to end the show off with a funny because you know what, life is too short. Take it too serious, but we have a mission to do. We got to get these Three Stooges out of Erie County because they are absolutely out of control. We will see you guys Wednesday night. It appears I've been watching the comments. We'll come in Wednesday night. I'll just do a friendly reminder. Call up and let's talk about what Christmas means to you guys. We don't have to beat up politicians except for Mirsky. And then we'll talk about Christmas and beating up Mirsky. And then we will just have our Christmas time, and then we'll come back on Sunday. So I want to thank you all again. I really, and I do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all that came out and voted for the community votes 2025. We have done something that nobody else has done, to the best of my knowledge. We're just a podcaster, just a startup podcaster, from the dining room, as our neighborhood Karen likes to remind us every once in a while, that that's fine. We do what we do in our home because we want to make a difference. I'm not a keyboard hero. We put boots on the ground. All of us in this room have been at events together, shoulder to shoulder, good, bad, and ugly. And we have a big mission coming up. We got Stacey Garrity to get elected, Mike Kelly, and I'm on a mission to take out Bob Mirsky. Did we mention taking out Bob Mirsky? I think we might have brought that up once or twice. So go ahead and let's play our outro video, and we will see each other again Wednesday night at 8 p.m.
Fight has never been clear. Take a good look in the mirror and tell me what you see. They throw their stones to silence people, build up their walls to celebrate evil. Destructions are what they seek, and they got their man Charlie. But like an avalanche rolling downhill, like a fighter imposing his will, an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. One bullet, one shot,
But don't be mistaken, they took out a life, but united a nation, and we are not afraid. We rise up against those demonic forces who kill and destroy, but forgot who our Lord is. Standing strong and brave, the sleeping giant waves. Like an avalanche rolling downhill, like a fighter imposing his will, an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. They took out someone, a dead husband and son, because of his views and his faith. They thought they had won, no idea what they've done. Now they're lying in the bed that they've made. They took out someone, a dead husband or son, because of his views and his faith. They thought they had won, no idea what they've done. Now they're lying in the bed that they've made. And they created a martyr that day. Like an avalanche rolling downhill, a prize fighter imposing his will, an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. Like an avalanche rolling downhill, a prize fighter imposing his will. He lived without fear. Oh, like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. It won't disappear. Now the whole world hears. So let me be clear, Charlie, we got it from here.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming out on this Sunday night. We will see you Wednesday night. Again, always a special thank you to my lovely wife, Brenda, for making the magic really happen. She puts a lot of time. It's just not of taking the video. Sometimes we got like a bunch of cool short ones. She'll run it through her program and she'll edit them up and put them together. That way we can, because we only can play 10. Our storage on the show only allows us 10, but we can put like 5 little short ones, make one. So then that falls under the 10 category. We will see each other. Please be safe out there. The weather is really, really wonky right now. Hey, man, it's December in here in Pennsylvania. Like we always say at the end of the show, I salute you and Shank out. Got to hit end stream, top right.